If you mix a lion with a tiger, you get a liger. Silly shit, right? But if you mix some plastic with some fuel and a spark, you'll get a lighter. You get some gas in a box of some matches, you get a fire. You get a swisher filled up with some hash, and you get higher. I know this started out as some trash, but it's inspired by a guy who couldn't really do math, but still got hired in. I know that I may kind of talk fast, but I'm a writer, and so was he. The girl he fell in love with was in the choir, and she acquired all the knowledge she needed to get higher. But let's get back to the guy by which this story was inspired. Last night he went into a grocery store to get him a few items. He got a watermelon, a grape soda, and some chicken wings so he could fry them. And as he approached the counter, man, the items she eyed him. He gazed deep into her big, beautiful blue eyes to see what lies behind him. And that's when she asked, let me guess, you and your family must be going to have a big cookout. He laughs. But without a response, he grabs his bags and he dashed. And then he stopped to get some gas at a station. And as he's patiently waiting, he's cogitating the contents of what just had happened the last place that he was in. And that's when it all had played over to him again. He had went into a grocery store to get him a few items. He got a watermelon, a grape soda, and some chicken wings so he could fry them. And as he approached the counter, man, the items, she eyed him. And he gazed deep into her big, beautiful blue eyes to see what lies behind him. And that's when she said, and that's when she said, you're so typical based on stereotypicals. Flip it up like reciprocals just to make it less visible. And that's what she said. You're so typical based on stereotypicals. Flip it up like reciprocals just to make it less visible. He had been stereotyped and placed into a category in which he didn't belong. All because he drank grape soda, wore hoodies, and listened to rap songs. Now, he thought it might have been right to go back and tell her that she was wrong, but he didn't. So he just wrote it off as good riddance.
Amen.
And as he stands here before you all tonight, do you all see what she saw?
Nope.
I don't. And my future ex-girlfriend won't. Because whenever I find her, she'll say, babe, I got you a binder filled with blank pages for you to paste your poetry. And I know that you're hungry, so I'll fry some chicken and we can cuddle and eat watermelon until you go to sleep. And that'll be right after I just get done telling her that pineapples are my favorite. So I proceed to verbalize the fact that she's basic and she got the nerve to flare up her nostrils, twist up her facial features, put her hands on her hip and say to me, that's how she was looking.
Come on.
You so difficult based on stereotypicals, flip it up like reciprocals just to make it more typical. And I tell her, typically I don't mess with typical females, but now we see why. It's because I use these real lies to realize everything that's going on around me. And that is where I have found me. I have found peace in the same place that I found paper. I mean, think about it. Solitude in the form of a rinky-dink ink pen that I bought from Staples.
Come on.
Just the word ink brings butterflies to my navel and paper weakness to my ankles. But the usage of them both together is what makes me able to stay stable. And when I told this to my mother, she said to me, baby, you're so difficult based on stereotypicals. Flip it up like reciprocals just to make it less visible.